Jai Sai Ram. Chapter 2. The aim of writing the book, inability in undertaking the work, and courage. Meaningful title of Hemant Pan, passionate discussion. Necessity of a guru, that is teacher. In the last chapter, the writer of the original Marathi language of Sai Satcharitra has thrown light on those points, reasons due to which he got inspiration to start writing the book. In this chapter, he describes about those who are capable to read this book and some other subjects. The aim of writing the book. In the first chapter, how the cholera epidemic was destroyed by grinding wheat and throwing the flour at the borders of the village. Sai Baba's this Leela has been dealt with. I have heard about many other Leelas which gave great happiness to my heart, and that happiness sprouted in the form of writing this book. I thought that the narration of all the wonderful Leelas of Baba will be entertaining and educational to the devotees of Baba, and their all sins will be destroyed. Therefore, I started writing the sweet preachings and life sketch of Sai Baba. Life sketch of Sai Baba is neither complicated nor limited, but it is in fact shows us the real way of truth and spirituality. Inability in undertaking the work and courage. Sri Hemant Ban thought in his mind that he is not perhaps the suitable person to undertake the work of writing this book. I do not even know fully well the biography of my dear friend, and also am not aware of my nature. Then how a layman like me can dare to write the life sketch of a great saint? Even the Vedas also cannot describe the nature of incarnations, that is, avatar. To understand the character of a saint, it is necessary to first become a saint himself. Then, I am totally unable to describe his glory. Great courage is required to write the life sketch of a great saint, lest one have to become a laughing stock for the people. Therefore, I began to pray to God for achieving the blessing of Sai Baba. The great saint among the saints of Maharashtra, Saint Jnaneshwar Maharaj, says that the God is highly pleased with those who write the life sketch of Saint Sri Romani Tulasi Das also says, Sadhu Charit Subh Saris Kapaso Niras Vishad Gun में फल जसो जो साही दुख पर छिद्रा दुर्वा वंदनीय जेहि जग जस पवा. Devotees always have in their minds the feelings of serving the saints. To get a work done, saints have a strange way for it. Actual inspiration is given by the saints. A devotee is just an instrument for the sake of fulfilling the work. For example, in 1700, Sakka Samvat, poet Mahipati got the inspiration of writing saint character. God instilled the inner inspiration in saints, and the work was completed. Similarly, in Sakka Samvat 1800, Sri Dasaganu Maharaj's service was also accepted. Mahipati composed 4 epics: Bhakt Vijay, Sant Vijay, Bhakt Tilamitra, and Sant Tilamitra. Dasganu composed only 2, Bhakt Tilamitra and Sant Tilamitra, in which there is the narration of the life sketches of modern saints. In chapters 31, 32, and 33 of Bhaktilamitra, And in the chapter of 57 of Sankhatamitra, there is an attractive narration of sweet character of Sai Baba and his priceless preachings, whose extracts have been extensively quoted in the 11th, 12th, and 17th issues of Sai Leela magazine. Readers are requested to go through them. Similarly, the narration of strange Leelas of Sai Baba has been made very interestingly in the small book named Sai Nath Bhajan Mala. This book has been written by Srimati Savitri Bai Raghunath Tendolkar of Bandra, Mumbai. Shri Dasganu Maharaj also has composed many sweet poems on Sai Baba. Another devotee, Amidas Bhavani Mehta, has also published some stories of Sai Baba in Gujarati language. In Sai Prabha publication, a new Leela of Sai have been published by Dakshina Bheksha Sansthan of Shri. Now the question arises that when such a vast literature is published on the life sketch of Sai Baba, then why has new book Sai Satcharitra necessitated? The only answer to this is that life sketch of Sai Baba is like deep ocean, vast and immeasurable. If deep dives are made into it, then the priceless jewels of knowledge and devotion could easily be made available, due to which recluse will be highly profited. The life of Sai Baba, its examples and preachings are full of great wonders. Positive and unfortunate people will get happiness and calm from it and will achieve prosperity in this world and the other world. In the preachings, which are the entertainment, educative like Vedic teachings are seriously heard and thought over, then the devotees will have heartfelt results. It means oneness with Brahma. Accomplishment of Ashtanga Yoga and Samadhi, that is contemplation, and pleasure will be easily achieved. Thinking, I began to call out life stories of Sai Baba. Along with it, this idea also came in my mind that this will be the highest penance of my life. The simple people who are devoid of sight of Sri Sai Baba, this character will prove joyful to them. So, I also surrendered my ego at the feet of Sai Baba. I think that my way has become very easy and Baba will make me happy in this world and the other world also. I could not have the courage to personally get the permission of Sai Baba. Therefore, I requested Sri Mahadev Rao alias Sharma, who is one of the intimate devotees of Sai Baba. For this purpose, he requested Sai Baba with humble words for this work as, this Sana Sahib is very eager to write your life sketch, but please you do not say, I am a fakir and what is the necessity of writing my life sketch? He will be able to write only by your compassion and permission, and the sacred glory of your feet will make this work complete. In the absence of your permission and blessings, nothing can be accomplished. Listening to this, Baba got pleased. He gave assurance and put his blessed hand on his head and said, let him collect the life sketch and examples and write them up. I will help him. I will fulfill the wishes of my devotees by writing my autobiography myself. But this will have to come to my shelter, leaving his ego. One who behaves like this in his life, I help him the most. To write my life story is simple and easy. I help him in many ways sitting in the house. When his ego shall be totally destroyed, then will not be found out of a little after the search, then I will appear in his inner soul, will write down my biography myself. By simply listening my character and preachings, faith will develop in the hearts of the devotees, and they will easily attain self-realization and bliss. One should not place his own ideas in the book, and should not discard the ideas of others, and also should not indulge in unnecessary debate for favor or against my subject. Meaningful title of Hematma. Sri Kaka Sahib Dikshit and the Nana Sahib Chandorkar were amongst my close friends. They had requested me to go to Shri and have the sight of Sai Baba. I promised them, but due to some hindrance could not go there. The son of one of my closest friends had fallen ill in Lonavala. They did all possible adibhautik, that is, pertaining to evil spirits, and spiritual treatments, but all in vain. In the end, they made their guru seated on his pillow side by, but the result was usual. Seeing this event, it came to my mind that if Guru is not capable of saving the life of a child, then what is his utility? And if he has no power, then what is the use of going to Shirdi? Thinking this, I postponed my trip to Shirdi. But what is destined to happen, it surely happens. The state officer, Nana Sahib Chandorkar, going on a tour to Basai, he reached Dadar from Thane and was waiting for a train which goes to Basai. Meanwhile, Bandra local train reached there. Boarding the train, he reached the Bandra and scolded me for postponing my tour to Shirdi. The argument of Nana Sahib, to my mind, was proper and pleasing. As a result of it, I prepared my luggage and left to Shirdi. Going direct to Dadar, I made the program to catch the train for Manmad. According to this discussion, I boarded the bogie of the train going to Dadar. The train was just ready to leave, but just then a Muslim boarded my bogie and seeing my luggage asked me for my destination. I told him my program. He told me to go to Boribandar to catch the train for Manmad. If this small event would not have happened, then according to my program, I would have not reached Shirdi the next day. I would have been engulfed by various types of doubts. But this was not happened. Fortune favored me, and the next day I reached Shirdi before 9 to 10 o'clock. This event of 1890, and at that time the only boarding place for the outsider was Sativada. After getting down the Tonga, I was very much eager to have the sight of Sai Baba. At that time, the eminent devotee Sri Tatya Sahib Nulkar was returning from the mosque. He told me that at the time of Sai Baba was at the end of the mosque. But now, just have his sight and then see him with comfort after taking your bath. Hearing this, I ran and touched it at the feet of Sai Baba. My happiness knew no limits. What I had not found, my body had become jovial. My appetite and sleep had run away. By the time I had touched the feet of Baba, my life begins to have the flame of new pleasure. I began indebted to him for the whole of my life. I will never forget this favor of him. I always remember it, salute him in my mind of minds. As soon as I realized that by just the sight of Sai Baba, speciality of change of thought and the effect of previous deeds becomes slow and slowly detachment, apathy from worldly pleasure starts increasing. Such sight is possible after the accumulation of numerous good deeds and influence of past births. Passionate discussion. On the very first day after reaching Shirdi, a passionate discussion took place between Bala Sahib and me on the necessity of Guru. My viewpoint was that when we have to do good deeds, then what is the necessity of Guru? Everybody should take himself forward by doing full endeavor. What do a Guru does for a disciple? He enjoys the pleasure of sleep. In this way, I took the side of independence and Bala Sahib took the side of fortune. He said that whatever has been written by God, it will definitely happen. In this high-class personage have also become unsuccessful. The proverb says, "Mere man kachu or hai, sai ki man kachu or." Then he told in form of advice, "Hey brother, leave this blank intellectualism. This ego will not help you in any way." In this way, after arguments of both sides, 1 full hour was spent, and as a result, no result could come out. Therefore, becoming irritated, the discussion had got to be put off. As a result, I lost the peace of mind and thought until one has extremely bodily minded and egoistic, till then the discussion is not possible. In fact, this egoism is the root of the discussion. When along with other persons I reached the mosque, then Baba pointing out to Kaka Sahib asked the question what was going on in Satcharitra, what was the subject of contention. Then, looking towards me, said, what was this Hemat Pan telling? Hearing these words, I was highly astonished. There was a great distance between the mosque and Satcharitra. Without being an omnipresent or omnipotent, how could Baba have the knowledge of this discussion? I began to think why Baba is addressing me by the name of Hemat Pan. This word is deformed form of the word Hemadri Pan. Hemadri Pan was the famous minister of King of Yadava kingdom, King Mahadev and Ramdev. He was a high-class intellect, good-natured, and the writer of a famous book of Chaturvak Chintamani, that is, in which spiritual subjects were discussed, and Raj Prasasti. He only invented the new method of accountancy, and on its contrary, I am an illiterate fool and blunt. Therefore, I could not understand what was the reason behind giving me this special title. Ultimately, I reached to a conclusion that Baba must have used this weapon to destroy my ego, so that I may become egoless and humble for the future, or may it be praised for my talkativeness. Thinking of the future, it became clear that bestowing me with the title of Hemant Pan was very appropriate. All know that by the pass of time, Dabloker how meticulously and intelligently carried out the work of Sai Baba Sansthan, how excellently he carried out the accounts, and by the side of it he wrote the great epic of Shri Sai Satcharitra. In this great epic, an important spiritual subject like Jnana, that is knowledge, bhakti, that is devotion, vairagya, that is detachment, sharnagati, that is surrender, and atmanivedan, that is self-sacrifice, etc. are included. Necessity of a Guru. On this subject, necessity of a Guru, what views Baba had expressed, there is no article or remembering later written by Hemant Pant. But Kaka Sahib Dikshit has published his memo on this subject. The next day after meeting Baba in the mosque, Hemant Pant and Kaka Sahib sought permission to return home and Baba permitted. Someone asked question, Baba, where to go? Reply received, go up. Question, how is the path? Baba, there are many paths. There is one path from here also. But this path is very difficult. On the way, wolves and lions are also met. Kaka Sahib asked, if the guide also accompanies. Baba told, then there will be no difficulty. The guide will protect you from all the lions, wolves and ditches and make you reach the directed destination on time. But in his presence, there is no possibility to miss the way and fall into the ditches also. Dublocker was also present at the above occasion. He thought that whatever Baba is saying, that was the answer of the question, why is the necessity of Guru in life? He made it a point that he will never have a discussion on this subject in future. That how does a person prove on the subject of independent or dependent? But on the contrary, in fact, spiritual gain is hidden in carrying out the teachings of the Guru. Jai Sai Ram.